Hi everyone, and I hope you're all well. Now, this is just going to be a relatively short update, mainly because, as I mentioned in the last one, I haven't really been in the garage too much, really due to the cold weather, and also I've been doing some projects inside. So we'll be having a look at what I have done and some plans I've got for the factory area, which I hope you'll find interesting. Secondly, we'll be having a look at some of the new additions that have been acquired over the last month or two, that have been up to Rob at Boomerang Junction, and he's been working on those, and we'll see those running. So that's that. And also, we'll just be having a little look at a wagon that I've had a go at weathering and also putting a load in. And then we'll finish off with some shots of trains running. So sit back, get yourself a cuppa, and let's head off into the garage. Not too much happening on this side of the station. Just had a little addition of a newspaper stand so people can pick up their metro on the way into town. We have a little look. If I can get in there, there we go. You might just see the boot trolleys and mail bags just in place. And if we move across, we'll just see another newspaper stand there for the travellers going the other way. And if we just have a look, Bill and Mike are just ready to go to the Jules game, waiting for the train. And we've got a train spot at the end of the platform. So that's really what's happened here. I'll just pan you around so you can get a little overview. But as I say, not too much happening on this side. Okay, let's move over to the garage section. Just done a little bit since we last went in there. I've put a little bit of varnish on, in fact I think it was now varnish base coat, just to give a water effect, and I've used the same in the troughs of where the water etc goes. The canopy, I'm going to rebuild a little bit. These supports I'm going to change with square plastic, and so I can then run the cables down, but I want some lighting in there, so I'll get some of that. I think I may have already shown you, if not, that's the ambulance station scene, the response car being filled with diesel, and yeah, so that's there. So as I say, nothing's really changed too much. We just move over some more bike racks, and I must get some bikes, and I've got a few more figures to go at the stop for the coach. So that's that side. Okay, I introduce you to my cat Miffy, who does like to watch the trains going around. But this area here, which is at the moment just a storage stroke dumping ground at the Min, is or was a factory, but is now, I'm going to announce, after being closed down, is going to be Medway Transport Museum. So look for a few updates on that. I'm going to start work on that next. So that will marry on here. As I say, you won't be able to see too much because of it's going to be, as I say, or it is a dumping ground, but that's all soon to change. Let's have a look at new additions to Medway. I've got these over the last few months and sent them up to Rob at Boomerang Junction to DCC Convert, add lights, also to give them a once over on pickups, etc. So we'll have a look at those. As you're aware from previous videos I've done, I am looking at more on the pre-owned market. If you're looking now of certainly with Hornby, just DCC ready brand new items for an express loco, I suppose you're looking at anything sort of 190 to 230. And also what's a little worrying is that the quality control doesn't seem that great. The new Hush Hush was just released a week or so back, and there seems to be sort of almost like a 50-50 on whether you were lucky enough to get one that was either undamaged or ran okay. And it seems that the model sent out by Hornby hadn't had the greatest of packaging, and people were having the smoke deflectors damaged. And I think I also saw that a retail shop who had been allocated 8, 5 of them were damaged. Now, to me, that's just not on. You've got the issue that if it is a limited amount that are produced and they're all sold out, if you get a damaged one, what's your alternative? You just get your money back and you've missed out. And at £200 for a loco, I don't think that there is any excuse for that. You hark back again, as I think I mentioned when I last had layouts, probably about 15 years ago. I cannot remember the issues that they have with running and damaged items. As I've mentioned previously, I've had quite a few issues with in fairness, spread across the manufacturers where brand new locos just had to be returned. So I'm now reluctant to go into the brand new market, and are looking for a good value on the Lima side of things. They're decently detailed. Okay, they're converted to DCC and they run okay, and I get lights put in. Don't put them on sound because sometimes I find the motors a little loud, so I haven't done that. And on the steamers, I'm looking for that Hornby period of the early 2000s where they seem to have good quality control, and you'll see an example of that there as well. I'll also show you the H-Class that I had, the Wainwright H-Class. Lovely looking loco in South East and Chatham Railway livery. And it was a pig to run. And I looked at forums and there seems to be a problem. Mine was it will go try to go around a curve and will just stall. And it's not a tight curve, and bearing in mind it's only a 4 or a 044, it shouldn't have any issues at all. And I got quite frustrated with it. It wouldn't go around either of the loops, and I was considering, to be honest with you, getting rid of it. But I spoke to Rob at Boomerang, and he said he knew what the ongoing issues were, and I sent him up to him to see what he could do. He looked on there. There was one broken pickup and another pickup on the rear, or the pickups on the rear bogie that just were rubbish, and so he sorted that out and made adjustments. And as you'll see, it runs beautifully. Um, and that's great. So that's great news. So that's the new additions to Medway. But just let me know. Put some comments in. I'd be interested to see what your thoughts are on the brand new locos. You know, are they overpriced? I know that some of the super deluxe Bachmann 47s are going at I think it's, if I'm right, it's over £300, and that's DCC ready. You add a decoder in, another £100 plus. You're probably looking at getting on towards 500, which, to be honest with you, is what O gauge used to be. So, what are your thoughts? But let's go and have a look and see the new additions. Well, that was the end of the mini update. So I hope you found it interesting. As I say, not a lot has happened on the layout, but with the weather improving, hopefully, and I'll start having some days off in I think March, I'll hopefully be able to really crack on. And I'd like to get that new museum area done, and then work on the park area too. But I will be doing some, as I mentioned before, some painting of figures. I've got the block of flats to build, so there's enough to keep me occupied indoors. Um, as I'd always say, many thanks to all those who continue watching. Some new people have come on board, and I really appreciate that. And of course, all those loyal subscribers and watchers. So I'll sign off now. Again, wish you all well, and as I always say, keep safe, happy modelling. Cheers everyone. Bye.